Hello and welcome to the lecture series on railways, harbour, tunneling and airport for the subject code 18CV 645, 6th semester module 3, session 6 part A. So in this session we will going to discuss about tunneling method, tunneling methods in hard rock and references. So methods of tunneling, there are many methods are available for the tunneling has been concerned. The method of selecting different methods depends upon the size of the bore it is being required. Next is the condition of the existing ground, equipments which is going to be available for the construction and the extent to which the lining to be provided. So all these parameters are going to be deciding which method is going to be adopted for the tunnel construction. Basically tunnel methods of construction or tunneling are going to be divided into two main groups, namely the tunneling in a hard rock and tunneling in soft rock or in soils, or sometimes it is called as a soft soils. So these are the two methods we are regularly using it. Broadly we are been classifying the tunneling methods. Moving on to the tunneling methods, in the first method or in the hard rock, we are going to be having a different method, namely full face method, heading and benching type, then drip method, pilot tunnel and perimeter method of tunneling or German method. Moving on to the tunneling in a soft rock or soil, we are going to be having different types. First one is a four poling method, next is a linear plate method, next method is needle beam method, American method, English method, Austrian method and Belgian method. So these are the different types of tunneling methods which is being adopted in case of the soft rock or the soils. Moving to the tunneling in a hard rock, because this session is going to be dedicated to the tunneling methods in a hard rock, we are going to start with the first method. It is called full face method. The full face method is normally selected for the small tunnel whose dimension does not exceed 3 meter. So this full face method is being adopted for a smaller dimension tunnel in which the dimension does not exceed 3 meter. In this method, the full face or the entire facade of the tunnel is tackled at the same time. It means at one stretch the full facade is going to be tackled. So that is the method of tunneling in case of hard rock. Next, vertical columns are going to be erected at the face of the tunnel and larger number of drills are going to be mounted or fixed on this column. Then at a suitable height, it is been shown in the figure. In the next slide I will explain. A series of holes which are going to be measuring having a diameter 10 mm to 40 mm are going to be drilled. Then these drill or holes are going to be so driven, their dimensions are going to be 1200 mm or 1.2 meter center to center, so that we are going to be drill the hole and we can fill that charges or the explosive. Then it is being ignited and muck is being removed and the process is being continued till we are going to be creating the exact geometry which is being required. So this is the full face method in which we are going to be having it. Say for example, this is a complete boundary in which we need to have the construction. So in this tunnel we are going to be erecting two vertical column, in which this vertical column is we are going to be having a sliding drill, so that we are going to be drill the hole at certain distances. So it is being staggered say 1.2 meters center to center like this. Then these holes are going to be filled with the charges or the explosions. So then muck is being removed and the process is being continued. This method is called as full face method. Advantage of full face method is that Since the entire section of this tunnel is going to be tackled at a single time or one time, so this method is completed expeditiously. Mucking of track or a mucking track which are used for collecting the muck can be laid on the tunneling floor. Then it is being extended as the work progresses. It means in a stage wise the tracks are going, mucking tracks are being provided as we are going to progress the work. With the development of a jumbo or a drill carriage, so this can be extended to even the larger dimension. So as we have been concentrating on a 3 meter, that is the thing. So depending upon the drill or a jumbo drilling, we can extend the dimension to the larger dimensions greater than 3 meters also. So disadvantage of this method is we require, as we know that drilling is going to be the thing. So hence to drill that rock we require some heavy mechanical equipment. So apart from that one, it is not very suitable for unstable rock or a fragmented rock or a fissures. So it can normally adapted only for a smaller dimensions tunnel. So that is the thing with respect to full face method of tunneling in case of hard rock. Moving on to the next method, it is called as an heading and benching. So as the name itself indicates that it is a heading and a benching. So we start the work with the heading. So heading is nothing but top or upper portion of a tunnel. So it needs to be bored first, then the remaining portion of the tunnel, that is the bottom portion, is going to be called as a benching. So the heading portion is always going to be lies in between the distance of 3.7 to 4.6 meter ahead of a bench portion. So in a hard rock the drill holes are going to be on the bench at the same time. So removal of the muck is going to be done. So in case of a hard rock, it permits the roof to stay in a place, so it requires no support. Hence this method is going to be adopted in case of hard rock. Advantages of this heading and benching method is that the working of drilling holes for the explosions and removal of a muck can be progress simultaneously, because as we know that the heading portion, if you cut it, and benching is going to be giving the support. So removal of a muck and parallelly the progression of a work is done simultaneously. The method requires use of a lower quantity of a gunpowder or a explosive as compared to the previous method, that is a full face method. So this is the diagram. It explains how the heading and benching is going to be carried out. Say for example, if this is going to be the tunnel section, we need to construct it according to the geometric. So according to this method, this bottom portions remain as it is. So the top portion or the header portion we are going to be exploded first. So this remaining portion will going to be act like a benching to support whatever the roof it needs to be constructed according to the geometry. So what we are going to be doing? So in the heading we are going to be having, or we are going to be drill some portion, then explosives are going to be filled it, and we can remove or we can explode that heading section, and the muck is going to be slided over, or it can be dumped aside. So this is how benching and or a heading and benching method is being adopted in case of hard rock. Next method is drift method. A drift method is adopted in case of a smaller tunneling where the dimension is going to be 3 by 3 meter, which is to be driven in the hard rock, and whose section is can be widened in subsequent process till it equates to the tunnel dimension. So in this method, a number of drill holes are provided all around the drift, so that these are going to be filled with the explosive, and it is being ignited. So that the size of the drift expands and becomes equal to our required cross section of the tunnel. So this method of drift method is depends upon the site condition or a local condition. So depending upon the site condition, so drifting can be done at the center, or it can be done at the top or the bottom or aside. So in any of the three locations, so we can make a drift, and we can drill number of holes, and the tunnel is going to be constructed. Based on the field experiences always the central drift is going to be the best choice. So, this is according to the railway engineer. So, as it offers both ventilation and requires lesser quantities of the explosive. So, that is the thing with respect to drift method has been concerned. However, side drift is also going to be advantageous as it permits the use of timber to support the roof. So, it depends upon, as I said it, whatever the method we are been adopting, it is always going to be suitable with respect to the local conditions. So, this is the image. It shows that if you start constructing the tunnel from the bottom, so from the bottom we can start drilling the holes and we can take out the muck and we can recontinue the our progression is going to be carried out. Similarly, if you start from the working from the top, so there also the method is remains the same, but if we start exploding or if we start filling up the holes from the center, it is going to be advantageous, because as we know that, so this portions then these portions simultaneously we can have blasting ventilation, and it requires lesser amount of supporting system. Similarly, if you are going to be using the drift method from the side, so from the either side we are going to be started drifting and we start blasting. So, this is how tunneling is going to be done with drift methods. Moving on to the advantages of this method, if the quality of the rock is going to be poor, if it contains excessive water, so this is detected in advance, so that corrective or rectifications can be done in a time. A drift assists always the ventilation of a tunnel. So, that is an important point when we start using this method. If we need proper ventilation in case of hard rock, so drift method is always going to assist for the ventilation. The quality of the explosive required is always going to be lesser as compared to the previous methods. So, a side drift always allows the use of timber for the supporting of roof loading or the structures with respect to falling of whatever the debris from the top. Disadvantage is going to be time consuming because the excavation of the main tunnel gets delayed till the drift to be completed. That is the major disadvantage. So, till drift is going to be completed, there is no progression over the tunneling activity. Then cost of drilling and removing of a muck from the drift is going to be higher. So, as work has to be done using manually operated power driven equipment. That is the disadvantage of this drift method. Next method of tunneling is going to be the pilot tunnel method. In this method is going to be normally involved digging of two tunnels, namely pilot tunnel and main tunnel. So, try to remember whenever we are going to be said pilot tunnel, it is going comprises of two tunnel, main tunnel and pilot tunnel. So, always the cross section of pilot tunnel is going to be 2.42 by 2.4 meters, that is 2.4 by 2.4 meters of a pilot tunnel we are going to be dig out. So, this has been driven parallel to the main tunnel. So, it is being interconnected from the center line of the main tunnel. So, we are going to be providing some cross cut in many of the point, so that the main tunnel activity, that is the excavation, can be done simultaneously. Advantage of this method, it helps in removing the muck from the main tunnel quickly, because as we are having unobstructed or there is no debris fall over the line. So, there is a quick removal of a muck is going to be done in a pilot tunnel. It also helps in providing a proper ventilation and lighting in the main tunnel, because as we know that we are being made a number of holes in the towards the main tunneling, hence ventilation and lighting is going to be taken care. As we know that every method is having its own advantage and also disadvantage. Moving to the pilot tunnel method and for its disadvantage, it requires a construction of an additional tunnel. So, that is, if you want to construct a main tunnel, we are been constructing a parallel tunnel. That is what it requires both time and investment of cost of construction is going to be higher in this method. So this is the image, it shows that how exactly the pilot tunnel is going to be done. So say for example, I will going to be draw, if that is going to be the tunnel. So we are going to be constructing a 2.4 by 2.4 pilot tunnel, then we are going to be extending some cross cuts. So these cross cuts are going to be done towards the main tunnel, so that the activity to cut or excavation or the muck is going to be for this portion is going to be taken care by using this cross cut. So these cross cuts are always going to be helpful with respect to one is lighting, that is it's required for the construction. So apart from that one, it also provide ventilation. So these two things are going to be taken care in case of pilot tunnel. That is the advantage with compared to other method. So next type of method is going to be a perimeter type, in which the excavation is going to be carried out along the perimeter or the periphery of the section. This method is also known as a German method. So these are different types of techniques we are been adopting in case of hard rock has been concerned. In the perimeter method, we are going to be having two phases. One is the drilling and blasting. So this is similar to the other cases also. A drilling should be such a way that it should ensure minimum overbreak and use of least amount of explosive charges per unit volume. So that is going to be optimal usage. The pattern of drilling depends upon the rock formation and its sizes. Also the shape of tunnel it is been constructed, it may be circular or egg shape or whatever the format we are been constructing. So depending upon that one, the drilling pattern is going to be taken care. Apart from that one, the strength of explosive what we are going to be used, that is also play important role in case of perimeter method of tunneling. So after placing the number of drill holes, so we need to incorporate the explosive or the blasting. So commonly used is going to be highly intensive explosives like gelatins or dynamite. So that is a regularly using a blasting. So it requires a permission. So how much intensity we should use it depending upon the amount of materials to be drilled or it needs to be blasted. That's what the quantity of explosive is going to be depend upon the nature of a rock. So if the hard rock is there, it requires more amounts. So moderate to medium, so it requires lesser amount or less intensity of the explosive to be used to get the exact profile of the tunneling which is to be required. So this is the end of this session. So in this session we have discussed different methods of tunneling, that is in case of a hard rock and a soft soil or the soft rock. So in detail we have discussed about many of the methods of constructing the tunnel in case of hard rock. So to prepare this session, once again we had refer the standard reference textbook as per the syllabus along with the web reference. Thank you.